At the entrance to each of our buildings, you'll find a dedication plaque. And if you just read the plaque, it tells you the date the building was opened, the dignitaries, the special people who were part of it. But every one of us knows that behind the words that are on that plaque, there is a much deeper story. It tells the story of individuals, maybe some of you, maybe some of your parents or your grandparents, who were involved in sacrificing, in working, in serving, in creating a vision for what the building could be, but more importantly, what the mission and ministry of the church would be in and through and beyond that building. These people who have left us this legacy of building have given their money, have given their time, so that we might reap it and so that we might pass on what we have already received. And that's what it is when we come to give our money as our monetary offering in our worship services. That we're not just paying for something to meet our needs at the moment, but that our money goes towards something that is much bigger and larger and greater than we could ever possibly imagine by ourselves. There's a story that's told of the President of the United States, John F. Kennedy. In 1962, he went to NASA Space Center, and as he's walking around on a tour, sees a man there carrying a broom. So he goes up, introduces himself, and asks what the man does. And he says, "I am part of a team that is going to put a man on the moon." He didn't just sweep the floor. He participated in a venture that was far greater and bigger than he could ever possibly imagine. Do you ever think about you as doing that? Do you ever think about your offering in terms of that? When you put money into the plate, which we don't do all that very often nowadays, but when you do an EFT or send a check in to our office, do you see that you are building faith in our young people? We have a desire that our young people will grow to maturity and faith and will have a faith in Jesus Christ that will last them throughout their lifetime. Your offering facilitates that. Do you see that when you put your money into our offering, that you are helping to connect with those who do not yet know Jesus Christ? Through our mission experiment group, through the work of outreach we are doing, members of our congregation are going beyond our gathered communities and reaching out to those who don't yet know Jesus Christ. And you, me, we are part of that when we give our offering. And of course, we're all about growing discipleship in ourselves, our worship, our pastoral care, our small groups, the way in which we engage the community through things like 3Fs, Sage, the Community Alliance. All of them are made possible through the giving of our offerings. And we are part of that discipleship growth, both for ourselves and for each other. At the moment, as we think about the grace in giving, can I ask you to think about where your money is being put to work in the mission of God? That it goes beyond you, it stretches into the future, and it has a far greater impact than we alone can ever do. Blessings on you all.